Moving on to day 4 of the educational speedrun. We're playing 10-minute rapid games with no increment, and looks like we have a Sicilian defense here. We are still early on. We are getting a main line so far though. Let's see if we can get a Najdorf if he plays knight c3. Oh, no, we get that move. Couple moves here. I could move the bishop or the knight to block. I'm gonna go ahead and move the knight, and then we should be able to just chase his bishop away, or if he trades, that is favorable for us. Okay, we can keep pushing. We can also just take a pawn. That looks pretty good to me. So let's take on e4. Okay. That is a blunder. And the reason being is I have e5, which is a fork. Now I am getting a little bit behind in development here, pushing more pawns. That does not help him, that actually helps me develop some more pieces. Okay, gives up the bishop. And let's go ahead and try to decide if that pawn is worth defending or if it's all right to let him take. I do want to finish development. We could go there, but then he can threaten to take my knight and then take my bishop. So that's probably not worth calculating. I could get my queen out here. Looks like a good move, defends a couple of things. He's gonna be able to win the pawn back anyways though. If he goes there, I guess I could go f5. We're up a piece though. It might be okay to let that pawn fall. The only problem is then he's putting good pressure on my bishop. So let's actually go ahead and play queen here. He takes, which blunders another piece. He can pin my knight. Okay, so that's actually a pretty good move by my opponent. If I were to move my bishop to say drop it back, then he can actually win my queen because it will be pinned to the king. However, this does not work because I can move my queen out of the way first with check. I could also consider doing that first. Actually could go there, sacrifice the queen. It wouldn't be a good move, but I would be able to win the queen back. Okay, let's just do that. Check the king. And now I'm actually gonna win his rook as well because I have this fork. If he doesn't give up the rook, then he's gonna lose the queen, so. We are on cruise control at this point. Should be a pretty quick win. But hopefully that was educational, looking into that move sequence. Okay. Still want to play accurate here. I like bishop here in this situation. It fully restricts all forward movement of the knight. My bishop covering all of those squares. If he goes here, then I'll just trade it off and simplify since I'm up. What am I? A rook and a piece for a pawn. Okay. He brings his queen out. He can't check my king because that is covered. I think I probably just, well, Should I bring my rook over? Might as well do this. It's a free tempo on the queen. I wouldn't recommend moves like this. I would just recommend for beginners, bishop out and castling. Okay, he is offering a queen trade, which I will gladly take because I'm up a lot of material. So now I definitely have nothing to worry about. I'll drop my rook back, probably gonna bring my bishop out on the next move. We'll see if he wants to trade with me. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna fianchetto my bishop. May even move it out to h6 to win a tempo on the rook. Never mind, I'm going to play checkmate. All right, that was the game. Let's go ahead and review it really quick. It looks like we are officially up to 900 Elo, so we're climbing up the ranks. 81.8% accuracy, pretty decent game. Looks like in the end game, I think I may have missed checkmate at one point, so that might be why the accuracy is down, but high accuracy in the opening and middle game. So this is the Sicilian. He actually plays main line until this point. The main line is knight to c3, at which case I would have gone a6, which would be called the Najdorf Sicilian. He plays that move though. That blocks. Also could have moved my bishop out, is probably the main move there. Attack the bishop is good. Then here I decide to snag the pawn. I'm curious if throwing in that move was better first. Yeah, so it says that's a good move. It preferred kicking the bishop back. And then I'm actually just gonna analyze if he goes back is the next best move. Okay, it's getting my bishop out on this long diagonal, which I also considered. That's important because I think I want to stop the knight from getting in there. But anyways, let's go back to review. I take the free pawn. That's not a good move, and we punish it right away with the fork. Interesting, it says that's just a good move. What would have been the better move? Okay, attacking the bishop first. And the point being is that this fork isn't going anywhere. Since I'm attacking the bishop, he has to waste a move going back. And then now I can play e5. He brings his rook over, which actually for a minute here saves because I can't take because of the pin. Wants me to bring this knight out. He brings that over, and now that out. Brings his knight back. And yeah, I guess in this position it just thinks I'm better. I'm not up material yet. I guess I'm up the pawn I took on e4. All right, back to review. Let's keep going. He gives that away, gives away the bishop. This was the best move. I was considering not defending this pawn, but that would have put too much pressure on the bishop after the knight captured, and then he proceeds to blunder it right away. That's a bad move. That gives me a way out. I am curious what the best move would have been. Okay, it did like me getting my bishop out. Let me look at this line. If he goes there, oh, this is nice. So I have take, and then checkmate. Cool, so that's a good sequence I maybe could have found, but would have been a little bit complicated. Instead, this works, win the exchange, trade down, and then that is good to see that I found the best move there, because that move's not super intuitive. I was just thinking I wanted to get the bishop out and then maybe double up on the file. I go there, and then yeah, as soon as he moves, I have checkmate in one here. I miss it for one move, but then the next move I find it and we finish him off. Anyways, that's the game. Thanks for joining.